Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
Here are the top stories of the news. Gunmen kill 3 policemen at the border checkpoint along the Enugu-Abakaliki Expressway. INEC extends the deadline for collection of permanent voter cards to February 5th. On the foreign scene, more than 50 people killed in 2 separate travel-related accidents in Pakistan. Good afternoon and welcome to Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. My name is Damilola Raphael. Gunmen have killed 3 policemen and injured another officer during an attack at the border checkpoint along the Enugu-Abakaliki Expressway. It was gathered that the gunmen who drove in 2 Sienna buses struck the checkpoint late yesterday night. The Ebonyi State Police Public Relations Officer Chris Ayawo confirmed the incident to newsmen, but he didn't give further details about what transpired. The victim, who was shot in the leg, is said to be receiving treatment at an undisclosed medical facility in Abakaliki, the state capital. Yesterday's attack is the latest in the series of deadly attacks on the police and other security agencies in the southeast. In Niger State, the state police command says 2 suspected kidnappers were arrested in Gurara local government area, rescuing 7 victims, including 6 male and 1 female. The command's police public relations officer, Wasiu Abiodun, in a statement said the arrests were made based on intelligence received that 2 male adults were sighted lurking around Lambata Borno Road, Gurara LGA. Police tactical teams were said to have been mobilized to the area in collaboration with local vigilante members. According to DSP Abiodun, the tactical teams had a gun battle with the suspected abductors in the forest. The PPRO added that the victims were rescued unhurt, taken to the Federal Medical Center for medical attention and reunited with their families. A total of 64 billion naira has been approved for the Nigeria Police Force as operations funds for the security management for the forthcoming general elections. This is as the force headquarters dispatched anti-riot weapons, water cannons, and armored personnel carriers, among others, to the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory to ensure watertight security during the elections. It was gathered that all the commands and formations across the country had got their share of the arms and ammunition unveiled by the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, in Abuja last week. Ahead of the presidential election, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, has pledged to reopen Nigeria's borders that were closed by President Muhammadu Buhari. He made the pledge at the party's presidential campaign in Benin Kebbi, the Kebbi state capital, yesterday. He stated that the borders would foster trade and investment between Nigeria and her neighboring countries, adding that nobody must stop the country from trading with its neighbors. Mr. Atiku also assures the people that if he is elected president, he will tackle the security challenges in the country to promote agricultural activities. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has promised to eradicate poverty in the northern region. He made the comments during his campaign rally in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, yesterday. Speaking to a cheering crowd at Ramat Square, Mr. Obi argued that Labour Party is the only party with credible candidates suitable to right the wrongs of the APC. Mr. Obi charged supporters to take advantage of their candidacy to vote out bad governance brought about by the All Progressives Congress, APC, and the People's Democratic Party, PDP. He maintained he and his running mate are the only candidates with useful appeal considering their age and track records.
Everybody around, we will make sure that even a policeman or a soldier goes out to fight the state is behind him. We will not leave them alone. We will do it in the right way. We will equip them properly. We will make sure they have confidence to fight the criminals. But they're going to renew all the security architecture and make it worthwhile for our people. We will ensure that we remove Nigeria from consumption to production. We will employ our people. A state like Borno has no reason to be hungry. A state like Borno has no reason to be poor, to experience poverty. Borno is 70,900,000 square kilometers. 900,000 square kilometers of land. Borno is bigger than Belgium, Israel, and Gambia combined.
Reports just reaching us in our studios has it that the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has extended the deadline for the use of the old notes till February 10. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele announced the extension in a statement signed today. Once again, reports reaching us has it that the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has extended the deadline for the use of the old notes till February 10. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele announced the extension in a statement signed today. Meanwhile, the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Tinubu, has promised to industrialize Zamfara State and improve the agricultural and mining sectors. Mr. Tinubu, speaking at the APC rally in Guzo, the Zamfara State capital, yesterday, pledged to leverage the state's agrarian potentials to tackle her developmental challenges. The former Lagos State governor further praised President Muhammadu Buhari, stating that he tackles the problems other leaders ran from and he has earned a place in history that cannot be denied. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has extended the deadline for the collection of permanent voter card PVCs to February 5, 2023. INEC earlier extended the deadline for the collection of PVCs, but the Commission's National Commissioner on Information, Festus Okoye, said the timeframe has been pushed forward by 1 week. Mr. Okoye, in a statement, said the move followed a meeting of INEC's resident electoral commissioners, RECs. He stated that from reports from the various states and discussions with resident electoral commissioners, the Commission has decided to further extend PVC collection in all its local government offices nationwide by an additional 1 week. He disclosed that this is the second time the Commission is extending PVC collection nationwide, and this will be the last extension of the exercise. Here in Osun State, following protests and demonstrations across the state over the judgment of the Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal, Governor Ademola Adeleke has expressed appreciation to the people of the state for their passionate show of love and rejection of the judgment. Reacting to protests of support and rejection of the judgment, Governor Adeleke expressed delight at the reaffirmation of popular support for his governorship mandate, assuring the people that the popular mandate will not be stolen either through, front, or back door. The governor urged Osun residents to remain calm and not take the law into their hands, adding that he has appealed the judgment. Earlier yesterday, some major roads in the Osogbo and Ilesha areas of the state were blocked by supporters of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and other residents who were protesting Friday's sacking of Governor Adeleke. The protesters, who prevented vehicular movement along Osogbo-Ikere Road, also blocked Gbongan-Osogbo Road and prevented commercial motorcyclists from engaging in their daily routine within the town. In Osogbo, the protesters blocked the popular Okefia Junction, saying the judgment is against the wishes of the people of the state. Meanwhile, the PDP has rejected the sacking of Governor Adeleke by the Osun State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal. In a statement by spokesman Debo Ologunagba, the party said the judgment of the tribunal is contrary to the will of the people of Osun State, which was expressed by the overwhelming votes cast for the party and its candidate at the election.
pé wọ́n ti gba owó ni wọ́n rà ni. Fún àpẹẹrẹ adájọ́ mẹ́ta ló wà. Adájọ́ kan support pé result tó wà nínú Bivas àti form ECA ó correspond. Ó sọ pé òun faramọ́ léyìí tó support wa. Adájọ́ kejì ó kàn kí wa lásán ni. Àmẹ́jọ́ tó dábàá yìí kò sọ pé òun support òun ò against. Chairman wa sọ pé Adémọ́lá Adélékè ń bùgá ó lólòlò ó bùgá ṣé èmi ò mọrú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn o. So ó dá mi lójú pé wọ́n ra ìdájọ́ náà ni. Ó sì dá mi lójú pé kò lè stand the test of time. Ó dá mi lójú pé apex court á change gbogbo wrong sí tribunal ti ṣe. Ó dá mi lójú pé Adémọ́lá Adélékè will remain the governor till the next 8 years. Èyí táwọn Tinubu ń ṣe wọ́n kàn ń fowó ra ìdájọ́ lásán ni kò dẹ̀ lè ṣeé ṣe. Ẹ ti rí gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pé kò tí àwọn èèyàn lọ́rùn àwọn èèyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pariwo káàkiri. Wọ́n ń ra ìdájọ́ torí wọ́n rò pé àwọn lè rórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti gba Ọ̀ṣun fún presidential election kò lè ṣeé ṣe.
In the meantime, lawmaker representing Edo North, Edo South, Egbedore, and Ejigbo Federal Constituency of Osun State in the National Assembly, Bamidele Salam, had described the majority judgment of the Osun State Election Petition Tribunal as completely strange and a total deviation from established principles of electoral jurisprudence in Nigeria. In his official reaction to the judgment, Representative Salam said the judgment is totally against the weight of evidence and facts presented in open court, stating that it is also a clear and unfortunate departure from many decisions of superior courts of record. According to him, the judgment mocks both the law and the facts of the case, noting that it is an attempt to put the burden of proof of fact alleged by the petitioner on the respondent, which runs contrary to law and sense of justice. Representative Salam decried attempts by the Election Petition Tribunal to reverse the gains made with the painstaking efforts of members of the National Assembly to strengthen the electoral process with approval of use of bimodal voters accreditation system, BVAS, in support of other paper documentations in conducting elections in Nigeria. He, however, encouraged Osun citizens to remain confident in the ability of the appeal courts to correct the wrongs of the tribunal and restore the mandate of the electorates given to Senator Ademola Adeleke in the July 16, 2022 election. The Abia State People's Democratic Party has said Governor Okezie Ikpeazu did not attend the party's mega rally in Enugu State because he was still mourning the death of the Abia governorship candidate, Professor Uche Ikonne. The mega rally was held in Enugu State on Friday to officially set the ball rolling for the state governor and candidate for the Enugu North Senatorial District, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi. The rally was attended by G5 governors. However, Ikpeazu, who is also a member of the political group, was conspicuously absent, fueling speculation that he might have left the group. Putting the rumors to rest, the Director of Strategic Engagement for Chief John Kalu, in a statement, said Mr. Ikpeazu was still mourning Mr. Ikonne and would not be attending any political event till Monday. He noted that as a mark of honor toward their departed candidate, Governor Ikpeazu directed that all flags in Abia State PDP offices be lowered and flown at half-mast, while all campaign activities for the party at all levels be suspended until Monday. You're watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. We will be right back after this break.
According to the words of Michael Forbes, one who never asks questions either knows everything and nothing. Watch me as I ask the questions you think no one wants to answer. Even questions it appears no one has got the guts to ask. My name is Femi Adifula and I've got the gut. Let's ask the pertinent questions and watch as we get answers.
Sports is a culture on its own. It has its own language, its own people, with their own way of life. The world of sports is never void of actions, stories, dramas, and scandals. I guess you need a sports show that can walk the walk and talk the talk.
On this show, we answer all your sporting questions. The whens, the whys, the wheres, and even the what ifs. Sports Spring is that show that will give you that new lease of life you've been looking for in sport journalism. Join me, Joseph Atewe,
And your sports Amazon, Nengi Ernest.
on this station, Western Spring Television, channel 190, only on Star Times.
Let's talk sports. Let's speak the most universal language of the world.
You're welcome back. President Muhammadu Buhari has assured Nigerians that the government will ensure that citizens are unharmed in their businesses and no disruption is caused to the entire supply chain arising from the currency swap due to end shortly. President Buhari was reacting to reports of long queues of people waiting for hours to deposit old notes and get new ones, a situation which has triggered public anger and criticism from the opposition. According to a statement by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, the president underscored that the currency swap targets people hoarding illicit funds and not the common man. He maintained that it had become necessary to prevent counterfeits, corruption, and terrorist funding, assuring the public that the change will help stabilize and strengthen the economy. And while we had brought you news that the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has extended the deadline for the use of old notes till February 10. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele announced the extension in a statement signed today. On the foreign scene, more than 50 people were killed in two separate travel-related accidents in Pakistan today. At least 41 people died when a bus fell into a ravine and caught fire in the southwest, while in the northwest, at least 10 children drowned in a boating accident. All the dead recovered so far at the lake were aged between 7 and 14. As the bus crash site, a local official said the bodies were beyond recognition. The crash occurred near the southern city of Bella in Balochistan province when it was traveling to the port city of Karachi. In the United States, the Memphis Police Department has disbanded the so-called Scorpion Special Unit, whose officers are accused of murdering Taya Nichols. The Scorpion stands for Street Crimes Operation to Restore Peace in Our Neighborhoods. The unit is a 50-person unit with the mission of bringing down crime levels in particular areas. But now it is being abolished after its officers were seen beating Mr. Nichols in the videos from the 7th of January. In a statement, the department said it is in the best interest of all to permanently deactivate the unit. Mr. Nichols' family welcomes the decision in a statement from their lawyers, calling it both appropriate and proportional to the tragic death of Taya Nichols and also a decent and just decision for all citizens of Memphis. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has dismissed Conservative Party Chair Nadhim Zahawi following weeks of revelations about Mr. Zahawi's tax affairs. The Prime Minister says it is clear that there has been a serious breach of the ministerial code. Mr. Sunak ordered an investigation into Mr. Zahawi's tax affairs after it emerged that he paid a penalty while he was Chancellor over previously unpaid tax. Mr. Zahawi was under pressure to fully explain the multi-million-pound settlement. Welcome to sports. Leicester City manager Brendan Rodgers has vowed to give Kelechi Iheanacho more playing time in the Premier League. Iheanacho had started just once for the Foxes in the Premier League this season. The Nigeria international proved his class once again as he netted the winning goal in Leicester City's FA Cup fourth-round tie win at Walsall yesterday, making it the forward's 17th goal in 23 FA Cup games. With James Vardy ruled out for weeks with gluteal injury, Rodgers has promised the Iheanacho more chances. Chelsea have signed 19-year-old French right-back Malo Gusto from Lyon for £30.7 million. Gusto has signed a deal with the Blues until summer 2030, but will complete the current season at Lyon. Lyon said the deal includes £4.4 million in add-ons. And before we end the news, here is a recap of our top stories. Gunmen have killed 3 policemen and injured another officer during an attack at the border checkpoint along the Enugu-Abakaliki Expressway. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has extended the deadline for the collection of permanent voter cards PVCs to February 5, 2023. On the foreign scene, we brought you news that more than 50 people were killed in 2 separate travel-related accidents in Pakistan today. You can follow us on our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Western Spring Television. You can also watch us live on our YouTube channel at Western Spring Television. That ends Spring News at 12. I am Damilola Raphael. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.
According to the words of Michael Forbes, one who never asks questions either knows everything or nothing.